So, hello everybody. I'm back. I just don't know where to find my comments. So we're gonna discuss Twin Peaks 2017 or season 3, episode 10. I don't need this anymore. Laura is the one episode we have just seen it together, watched it. I mean, I've watched it for the first time, so I'm gonna have to watch it a couple of times more. And these are our thoughts. What do we think about it? Here I have my live stream. Sorry, I just have to open it up before I can see any chat. Entries from you guys. So, okay, I'm in the chat section now. All right. So, any thoughts? I mean, this is going to be a spoiler video, I guess, because if you haven't watched Twin Peaks season 3 episode, Melinda Cooper, well, hi there. Hi, Melinda. Is it just us? It says we have 3 viewers, but you know, some people are a little bit shy. Some people don't want to write. So it's just you and me, girl. Laura, Melinda says Laura's scene gave me chills. Oh my God. Okay, Laura. What is scary though? Of course, it gave me chills, and I just got so shocked that I don't even remember anymore if that was old footage from the 90s or if that was new footage. I think it was old footage because her so desperate with the bangs, with that wig that she wore in the original series and Fire Walk With Me, I think. But I might be wrong. It might be new footage. I don't know. I was just too in awe. Plus, you know, with all the internet problems and connectivity, watching it on this little thing, I couldn't really see the details that I need to see in order to understand. Is it old footage or new footage? But anyway, what gave me the chills, of course, was her. Of course, was the connection to Lynch or Gordon Cole. But for me, it's Lynch. You know, it's Lynch wanting Laura back too. So Lynch seeing her was so amazing and beautiful, but so scary because Albert was in that scene, and it seems almost as if Albert blocked it off. What meaning could this potentially have? But then Albert delivers the sad news that indeed Diane is in some sort of conspiracy. Melinda says, I didn't expect that at all. I think it was old footage of Laura. Melinda says that drawing that Gordon Cole was drawing on the table sparked it. You know, yeah, that's a good thought. I didn't think of that. So what was that? Like some sort of wolf or dog creature with polka dots and antlers growing from its head. You know, just a regular creature. Just a little something you see in your backyard now and then. Where to begin with? The depths of human hate and despair that we see through Richard Horne is shocking to me. It's devastating. And it's so bizarre how when he enters the house, does he say grandma to his grandma? Does he call her grandma and then is so viciously ruthless to her? Like, how could you use such a name like grandma or granny and then like treat the woman like you're gonna kill her? He has there's like no limit in this monster. No moral, no nothing. No redemption for him. Melinda says, oh, Richard, disgusting. And then Melinda says, I have to see it again, the arm sticking out. Yeah, there was an arm on the, like there was an arm like cut, like going into the drawing, and then there was the little deer, doggy, polka dotty creature with antlers. Anthony Parenti, how you doing, Anthony? Thought the scene with the Richard Horne, the grandmother, and Johnny was an ode to Clockwork Orange. Yes, I actually also thought so. I mentioned it in my other video when we were doing the watch along. I said this is so Clockwork Orange. Oh my God, it's another like a tribute or homage from David Lynch to Stanley Kubrick. Another homage being Space Odyssey in episode 8. Melinda says, she's so sweet too, Grandma. How could he be part of Audrey? I'm devastated. I know that was going to happen, that he is a Horn, obviously, Richard Horn. We got it from episode 1. But there was a little part of me, I still kind of hoping that he wouldn't be part of the Horn family. I don't know. But I guess he's Audrey's son. But it's so weird how his grandmother called Benjamin Horn. She did not contact Audrey. She didn't contact, or she didn't say to Benjamin Horn on the phone, she didn't mention Audrey. She didn't say anything like, oh, Audrey is going to be upset, or what a monster Audrey brought to this world, or I don't know, why doesn't Audrey ever take care of any, Audrey was not mentioned at all, which is super preoccupying. I hope that she's not still in a coma and that the evil Cooper, violated her while in the coma, and then she gave birth while in a coma, or a cesarean. I don't know. I'm thinking the worst things right now because Richard is such a monster. He could have been a monster from creation on. Like, he could have been a monster from when he was in the womb already. Anthony says he's part Doppeldale. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Devastating. Kenzo25, Rebecca Del Rio at the closing is out of this world. Agreed. Chills. I get goosebumps just thinking about it now. I'm like, so much soul, and it was so devastatingly heartbreaking to see all this pain and suffering the entire freaking episode, and then have her sing so beautifully to alleviate our pain and our souls. It was just a beautiful balance, but it made it just even that much more sad because what do you got to do? It's so sad. This episode was devastatingly sad. Melinda says disturbing. Anthony says, I think he may be the son of Doppeldale and Audrey. All right, yes. Yeah, I'm still hoping he's not, but with every episode passing, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to deal with the fact that this douchebag is indeed part of the family. Hey, Nick, you're back. Welcome back, sweetie. I bought Rebecca's song on iTunes. No stars. Aw, support the good artists. Anthony Parenti, and her dress matched the floor of the Black Lodge. I know, it was so poetic. Beautiful, beautiful. Melinda Cooper, and the log lady light is fading. Oh God, I'm gonna start crying. Just, damn it. When I saw the log lady in episode 1, I told you this, guys, in my review episode 1. I lost it. I was just weeping and I couldn't handle it because cancer is a horrible disease, and for her to have had it while she was filming, and that scene is like so raw and real, and they didn't even put a wig. It was so real that it's one of those scenes that kind of cuts through this movie and jumps out into reality, and we're faced with the truth. It's painful. Nathan Yohi, or Yohi, this was the funniest episode. I didn't laugh that much in it, but Nathan says Kyle is Kyle in good shape at 58. He's 58, right? Perfect shape. That was a beautiful thing to see how Janie rediscovers her Dougie and enjoys it so much. I was so happy for them. Finally, we had some sort of climax, literally, but there was a Dougie climactic, no pun intended, scene. He wasn't always, well, we did have also another important scene when he attacked so viciously and promptly Ike the Spike in episode 7. I think it was episode 7. Melinda says, I was getting very teary-eyed too. Yeah, it's painful, painful. Kenzo 25. Yes, Log Lady is super real. Yeah, that breaks my heart. Breaks my heart to see it. Warms my heart because I'm so grateful to see more snippets of her. It's like it brings her back to life every time the Log Lady reappears and we see new footage of her. Even though we know that Catherine Nicholson is dead, has passed away, may she rest in peace. But it's so heartwarming to see her, even though we see her in a state where she was in so much pain. It's hard for me to talk about it, really. Melinda says, no sad episode. Naomi lust, LOL. Yes, the lust of Naomi. Melinda Cooper, his arms flapping, LOL during sex. That was hilarious. Oh. Nick says Janie and Cooper is going to end badly. Dale is coming back to life. Yeah, I can see how devastating that could end for Janie. And I mean, if he leaves her, she will be very, very sad. Anthony says, I don't think we're going to get Cooper back. How could they tear him away from Sonny, Jim, and Janie? Think him's part of this family now. You know, this is a very interesting thought, Anthony, because as we know Cooper, he's a family type of guy. He's a very conservative type of guy at the end of the day. And I think he would feel a huge responsibility towards this family if he were to wake up and really realize what was going down, and that because of his likeness, you know, this Dougie character was created and this whole family was created on top of that. He would feel very responsible for them. I don't think that he would just abandon them. He might be unhappy, perhaps, because he might not love Naomi Watts' character in the show, but he would definitely find a way to be responsible for them. At least I think that would be his moral. Nathan says, yes, he's 58. He has done a great job doing the different characters. Oh, incredible. Incredible job. Deserves all our respect. What a talented, devoted man to his own craft. Amazing. Melinda Cooper says, yeah, I feel Dale is coming back. Well, he's coming. that was so bad. So bad. That was a bad joke. Anthony says he's part of the family, yeah. Nathan, I hope Dale comes back soon. Yeah, he's in there somewhere. Melinda says the red shoes in past 2 episodes represent Audrey. Remember, she's transitioned into red shoes. Kevin Farah, love you, Dacob. Love you too, Kevin. How's it going? Melinda says, I love it. Yeah. I just had issues with Belushi. I know I'm probably the only one because he's such a reputable and, you know, loved actor. I personally, I don't know. I think he was the only one who wasn't really feeling the Lynch and Peaks vibe. He was overacting, in my opinion. And even Tammy, I mean, Krista Bell, you know, as I said, when I first started watching season 3, I really didn't like what she was doing, her acting. I love her now. I really, really think she's adorable. I think Lynch really knew what he was doing when he cast her. She's turning out to be super adorable. How cute she was looking at Lynch while they were looking at Albert. And now I figure out, I guess Albert, the dinner he was having with that other woman, who was she? Was she delivering him the news about Diane's text message, spying? Nick, Melinda Cooper says, oh, Belushi. Yeah, I know. Nick says, do you want Diane to be a bad person? I don't want Diane to be a bad person. I I love Laura Dern, and I love the character of Diane. I'm thinking what is going on with Diane is, well, first of all, what I thought was going on with Diane prior to have seen this episode is different from what I'm thinking now. And this is because of one thing Gordon Cole says in the episode when he says, I noticed something was off with her from how she hugged me. But I'm thinking, and now this is just a theory, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, tell me what you think about this. I'm thinking this, when Evil Cooper, like let's say 24 or 5 years ago, went to see her that allegedly last time, and then she got so, we don't know what happened, but she got so upset. Perhaps she started acting like she's on his side because she figured out something was wrong with him, but then she was going to use all the other connections that they had together, her and the real Cooper, to get connection to maybe, I don't know, some other special agent, somebody else who might know more about this Cooper situation, maybe even Briggs, maybe even Jeffries, and maybe got her kind of found a way to play the double agent, to be on Evil Cooper's side or act out like she was, but at the same time she was doing her own investigations on the side, trying to figure out how to solve the situation, figure out where the real Cooper is. Because I think that she had an authentic, good relationship with the real Cooper. So I do believe that I'm still holding on hope that she might be just acting to be on the side of Evil Cooper because she's doing her own private investigations to get the old Cooper back. This is just my supposition, my hopes. Melinda Cooper says, I don't think Belushi fits in. I also don't think so. Kenzo says, yeah, I wasn't feeling Belushi at all. Kenzo 25. Melinda Cooper, good chemistry between Tammy and Gordon. Oh, perfect chemistry. Beautiful chemistry. I'm loving them too. They both have that amazing, like, childish energy about them. You know, they're both like little kids excited. It's so cute to see. Nathan, Lynch is the best. Lost Highway, one of my favorite. Oh, Lynch is the best. Lost Highway, one of my favorite movies. Lost Highway is an amazing movie. David Bowie's song is in it too, as are the Nine Inch Nails. Nathan says, Highway, my bad. Yeah, that's fine. When you said highway. Highway. You spelled it correctly. Melinda says, Diane, I hope she's not bad. Now, listen, this is something that I thought to myself, and if you guys go back, the proof is in the pudding. If you go back to my review and initial thoughts of Twin Peaks, was it episode 5 or 6 when Diane showed up the first time? And I explained to you the significance of her hair. And what did I say in that video? If you go back to that video, you're going to see that Dacob had his little electrons wired up and figured something out subconsciously. I said, good that from time to time there's somebody who's also into fashion, like we are in the Fashion Bunker, and into style and design, because the wig that she's wearing is something that Vidal Sassoon, a hair artist, invented back in the 60s. And it's called, what's it called? Bob. That wig, that haircut is called a bob cut. And I said, well, she has a bob haircut and a white wig, like white hair. It's very Bob-esque. And I said to myself, isn't that interesting how we have this reference, indirect, subconscious reference to Bob, according to her, you know, Leland Palmer's hair turned white at a certain point in Twin Peaks. That was also kind of this representation of Bob. And she has a bob haircut. So that to me was suspicious from day one. But I just love Laura Dern so much that I just would never believe that she could be evil, you know. But there's always an evil side to all of us. Nick says, what is the season? What if the season ends with Gordon Cole stuck in the Black Lodge and Laura Palmer and Gordon Cole dance, and it fades to black. The end. Nick, I know you're a screenwriter. I mean, you're a screenwriter, right? And you're an author too. You're a writer, and you have beautiful vision. Every time you describe things, it's so poetic. I love the way you think, and I think it would be so poetic if it ends that way, because it would just be a beautiful ending to have David Lynch and Sheryl Lee, or to have Gordon Cole and Laura Palmer dancing together in the red room, and then the music fades, and then the image just fades to black. That would be gorgeous. Melinda Cooper says, oh, I remember, Bob, the haircut. Yeah, remember that I said that in the video. You see, everything comes full circle. My videos might not be watched by many people when it comes to the Twin Peaks community, but those that watch do know the passion of the Bob. Nathan Yogi, be something if Bowie is in this, did scenes before he passed. Geez, I don't understand. What did you write? There's something. Wouldn't it be something if Bowie is in this series that he shot some scenes before he passed away? That would be incredible. We're all still hoping for it, but you know, David Bowie was very ill way before they started filming Twin Peaks season 3. So I'm a bit skeptic about that. And a very dear friend of mine has some internal kind of information, because she was in David Bowie's Lazarus video, as well as the one prior to that. And David Bowie was hiding the fact that he was ill. She was not informed about, and especially in Lazarus, it was just two of them. It was her and her girlfriend that were both dancing in the video under his bed and lurking in the closet. And she said, you know, Dacob, we did not know. They did not wish to inform us. It was a closed set. And David Bowie would be very, very tired. He would do a scene, he would do his dancing, and then they would retire him to another room. And then he would come back like 1 hour later to do some more. And nobody would know what he would be doing in his own room. He was just recuperating his strength to shoot a next segment for the beautiful Lazarus video clip. Nathan says, it will end crazy this season, I think. I hope so. I would not expect anything less or more from David than a crazy ending. And from Mark Frost. Melinda Cooper says, oh, that would be something, Nick, if they would end up dancing, Laura Palmer and Gordon Cole in the Black Lodge. Nick says, I'm writing a book now, true story of Italian immigrants from 1880s. Wow, that's amazing. When is it going to be ready? Any idea? I mean, but if you're going to do like, if it's more like a documentation of everything, you're probably going to be gathering a lot of documents, and there's a lot of work involved in doing that. Congrats. Let us know as soon as it's done. We shall purchase it. I want a signed copy. Lachlan Maxwell, do we believe that the Laura Palmer subplot will tie into how Leland said find Laura in episode 2, and Laura being sucked away somewhere? Yes, I do believe so. I believe that the Laura Palmer subplot will tie into how Leland asked Cooper to find Laura. And to be perfectly honest with you, this episode 10, the snippet where Laura appears to Gordon Cole, gives me hope, because her being sucked out of the Black Lodge kind of seems as if her spirit is now roaming the earth rather than being into this non-existent realm of the purple room, the purple world, or I don't know what. I think maybe it just gave me some hope. It made me feel like Laura's spirit is now in the real world. In some way, she is returning. That's what I felt, and it felt really good to me. Johnny Broussard II. There are 10 episodes left. No, there are 9 episodes left, because we are now discussing episode 10. So there are 19 episodes altogether, except there's 18 episodes altogether, except Episode 17 and episode 18 will be played in one go. So the last time Twin Peaks will air should air 2 episodes, just like they began. It's going to be a 2-hour finale. Johnny Broussard II says, any crazy ending is not expected. Okay. We don't know. I think it's going to be a great ending, no matter how crazy or not crazy it is. Nathan says, 9 episodes left, I think. Wait, now I'm confused. No, it's 18 episodes. No, it's 8 episodes left, not 9. It's 18 episodes in total, and so there's 8 episodes to go. Nick says 18 episodes. Yeah, 18 episodes. Sorry, if I slipped with 19, it's 18. Wishful thinking. I hope I wish it was 190 episodes. Whatever Lynch gives us and Mark Frost gives us, I would be thrilled. Melinda Cooper says, yeah, Laura is a spirit. She's a spirit. I had that impression too, even though that's why I was asking, was it old footage of Sheryl Lee shot in the 90s? But then again, also we have Bob footage from the 90s because Silva is dead, obviously. But it's like she's crying out for help. It's like her spirit is contacting Gordon Cole because she knows that he's the closest to all of these cases, and to being able to really help her. So she found a way to get to him and scream at him, in a way, like to kind of, it was a cry for help, for sure. Johnny Broussard says, oh, Nick is right, but there are 20 episodes of minute time. What does that mean, Johnny? What do you mean minute time? And then you winked. I didn't get it. If it was a joke, I'm too geeky for these things. Sorry, guys. I'm too much of a nerd to get this. Katrina Marshall, how you doing, sweetie? I hope we get to see Laura kick Bob's ass, figuratively speaking. Oh, we all do. We all do. Johnny says, agreed. Nathan says, I am not your foot, LOL. Yeah. I am not my arm either. Melinda Cooper, yes, I felt that too, crying out for help. Yeah, it felt like Laura was really like reaching out to Gordon Cole for help. Johnny says 2 episodes included into 1. Yes. So I don't think that once the DVDs come out that the last 2 episodes will be a 2-hour 1 episode. I think they will be separated. I'm not sure, but I think in the Blu-ray or DVD sets, if I'm hoping they will come out, that we will be, I would love for them in the Blu-rays and the DVDs to create the option for us if we want to see the first 2 episodes together or separate, and also for them to give us the option to watch the last 2 episodes together or separated. But indeed, the last 2 episodes will be played together. So it's as if technically we had first 2 episodes were 1, last 2 episodes were 2, so that's like 16 episodes altogether, right? If you consider 2 hours opening, 2 hours closing. Lachlan Maxwell says, also in that scene with Laura at the door, Sarah can be heard saying, Laura, wonder what that means. I mean, definitely, Sarah Palmer is going through some big trouble. She's an alcoholic. I don't think she's an alcoholic for the sake of, I mean, she's an alcoholic. We see that. And I think she's doing it to numb herself because she's a very receptive spiritual creature that feels a lot of things and can see beyond sight. And I think when you do these sort of, legal drugs like alcohol and nicotine and all that stuff, and perhaps she also takes sleeping pills, she's numbing herself to not feel the pain anymore, probably. But Laura's spirit returning to the world, as we see her return while she's asking for help to Gordon Cole, perhaps that's what instigated a connection to Sarah. I'm sure her mother felt, if Laura did return in spirit form to the world, I'm sure the first person to feel that shift spiritually would be Sarah Palmer. So perhaps it is Sarah calling out to her. Maybe Sarah is at home now, waking up from her drunk state, being like, Laura, you know, and maybe that's connected to Laura Palmer contacting Gordon Cole. Michael Lane, there's 20 hours, but released in 18 chunks. Is it? But I think every episode is under 60 minutes. It's like 58 minutes. So, I don't know. Johnny says, which happened twice. 2 episodes included into one. Yes, 2 episodes included into one, which happened twice. Nathan Yoi says, that horn kid has it coming. And also, I mean, did he really kill that poor teacher lady at the beginning of the episode? Is she dead, or is she just really badly injured? Because then, I mean, he also got rid of the letter that she sent off to the... She was stupid. You don't freaking tell him... Why does she have to tell him, I send a letter to the sheriff? I'm like, dude, you know the guy's crazy. He's gonna freaking kill you, and now you're also giving it away, like your plan B? This makes no sense. She was so naive. Yeah, Nick says this episode was 53 minutes. Exactly. So what I want to say is, I don't think that they're... I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think there's going to be 20 hours of Twin Peaks Season 3 altogether. Because, you know, because Michael says 20 hours but released in 18 chunks. Unless one of the future episodes that will come out are going to be longer than an hour. This I don't know. Melinda says, yeah, he did kill her. Darn. She's never going to get her free cherry pie that Wendy promised. Well, she didn't promise her. Wendy just said to Heidi that they should give her a free cherry pie next time she comes. Nick says, oh, this is interesting. Deleted scenes may add up to 20 hours. That makes sense. Oh my God, juicy. So we're going to get 2 full hours of deleted scenes? I'm likey. So 20 hours altogether. Michael Lane says, for scheduling, runtime on any show is never a full hour for a 1-hour slot. Of course, makes sense. But it was fascinating for me to hear somebody say that there's going to be 20 hours footage. You know what I mean? So I would really like to understand how that might work. And now Nick explained to us that it's probably going to be deleted footage or B-roll or I don't know what. Or, I mean, maybe more of the missing pieces, you know, missing pieces part 2. Nathan says, 9 Inch Nails live. I was like, holy shit, LOL. Yeah. Although I have to say in episode 8, 9 Inch Nails like was the least amazing part of that episode, you know what I mean? It was interesting that they were there. But episode 8 is a movie in its own right. Episode 8 can be watched as a standalone movie. Seriously. You have the killing of this man who's half spiritual, and then this whole trip begins. Nick says, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I know. We don't know. We never know with David. I'm sure there... Can you imagine how much? Because they shot Twin Peaks Season 3 in digital. So they were not limited. They were not shooting in celluloid. They were not showing film. So they were not limited in terms of how much material they could actually shoot, which is amazing if you think of it, because they must have shot so much extra material that they, you know, if Lynch ever felt like it or wanted to, he could sit down at the editing table and create so much more if he just wanted to. Nick Solan says, Ray Donovan is taking the place of Twin Peaks and Twin. Peaks will be an hour's back. So 5 in California and 8 in New York. 1 hour back. I think I lost you guys here. I don't understand. August 6th, yes, Twin Peaks be at 8 p.m. Michael Lane, raw footage. Knowing how Lynch shoots is probably on the order of 200 or 300 plus hours. But who knows how much is retakes versus cutscenes. True, totally true. But the way I see it, he probably chose the most aesthetical, because, you know, and aesthetical and beautiful shots to compose Twin Peaks in every episode of Twin Peaks, because he's a visual artist first and foremost. So composition, aesthetics, proportions are very important. So obviously, if the same scene is shot 3 times, only 3 times, he's going to take that one shot that's most aesthetical and appealing and pleasing to the eye. But nevertheless, there might be some bits that you might cut off from a scene that might be interesting for some other scenes in the future. I don't know. You never know. I have the giant with us tonight, or actually the question mark person. Look at him. He's ready to tell us that the things he's telling us will be correct for sure, because he knows best. He's the gentle giant with no mouth. Freaks me out that he has no mouth. Anyway. Nathan says episode 8 was nuts. It was majestic. So beautiful. I am so grateful to be alive, to have been able to experience such beautiful art, you know. So happy that I got a chance to see that. Melinda Cooper says, Nick Solan says, sorry, too many typos. So don't worry about it, all good. Melinda says, why 1 hour back? I also didn't understand that, to be honest with you. Nick says, Twin Peaks is usually on a 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Yeah, it's on at 6 p.m. in LA. Soon it will be on at 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Oh, 1 hour earlier. Okay, good to know. Is that because they're does that have to do with Game of Thrones? Because they don't want to compete with them, or what's the reasoning? What do you guys think? Nathan, hello, Johnny. How are you today? LOL. Poor Johnny with the little gloves and the helmet. Oh my God, I felt so. That scene really hurts my soul. Poor grandma. Melinda Cooper. Oh, the giant. LOL. Hello. Hi, Melinda. Alexander Lawrence. How you doing, sweetie? Hi. Nick has the correct quote by the giant. He says, the things I tell you will not be wrong. Nick also says Ray Donovan is taking place at 6 p.m. I see. Yeah, but also, I mean, if Game of Thrones is on HBO, if it's gonna keep on playing at the same time, I mean, makes no sense to air both of them at the same time. Melinda says, I love how we are back in Twin Peaks though. 90s vibe again. Oh yes, totally. I'm feeling it. It's so beautiful how little we see of Twin Peaks in the beginning, and how more and more and more we see of it from episode to episode. It feels so good. I already mentioned this in episode 9. I was like, okay, we're more in Twin Peaks now, you know. But now with 10, it's getting deeper, and we're facing and confronted more with the troubles of actual town of Twin Peaks. And let's talk Nadine for a second, shall we? Finally, she spoke. She said something. Oh, that made me so happy. And how beautiful was her, so minimal, her drape runner store with the drapes running silently, opening and closing, and that golden shovel kind of floating in the window. Wow, so beautiful. And Nadine she looks so precious, you know. And Lawrence Jacoby, Dr. Jacoby, I mean, oh, he nails it. He's preaching the shit out of this world. Way to go. Mark Frost probably wrote that, wrote the lines for Jacoby. Alexander Lawrence says Diane is evil. I'm not sure about that yet, Alexander. Let's wait and see. She might be, but I'm holding on hope that she is not. And let me tell you another reason why I think she's not. One of the reasons I said earlier on in this video, but another reason, David Lynch loves Laura Dern. And it's been a long time coming for her to be Diane. I don't think he's going to make her into an evil character. I just don't see Lynch doing that. I don't know. Nathan Yohi says Ray Donovan will take its place August 6th at 9 p.m. The place of the slot of Twin Peaks. Alexander Lawrence, Moby was in the band. Nick Solon says, really, was Moby in the band? Alexander Lawrence, sorry, I'm repeating myself. Nick Solon says, tomorrow I am wearing my Packard Sawmill shirt. Oh, way to go. Well, I'm wearing Who Killed Laura. Tomorrow I'm going to wear the Double R Diner shirt. Melinda Cooper, love Nadine's eyes. I was waiting for your curtains to move, LOL. Oh, they're not that silent. The purple curtains in the purple room, they're not silent running drapes. But they're mysterious because they do hide something behind them. There's a mystery behind these curtains. There's a big mystery behind them. Oh, for those of you who are just tuning in now, I was like saying when we began the other, when we began the live stream before for the watch along, Major Briggs's head is floating in space, and this reminded me of that. And I love that we have old school telephones. We have literally the heads of the phones floating in space. It's a paradox in a way, but this bag to me is so Twin Peaks. I'm loving this bag even more now than I did before. Anyway, sorry, I digress. It's the fashion geek in me that pops out from time to time. Melinda Cooper says, oh yeah, right. So Nadine's eyes, her eyes are really, they're so good. They're full of good. And, you know, she's such a misunderstood character. A lot of people, I remember, you know, did not really like her in the first 2 seasons. They made her feel, people would say a lot of bad things about her, or that she's boring or crazy, or I don't know what. But I always felt so much compassion for her, and I felt so sorry for the fact that society blocked her off. And she was such a good person. Even when her eye got knocked out, you know, she was never mean to Ed. She's one of those rare people who can really love without any, you know, selflessly. She can love selflessly, and that's what makes her, to me, one of the best characters. I love Nadine so much, and I was so sad that I couldn't hunt down the cover of Entertainment Weekly, one of the 3 covers of Twin Peaks that she was on, because she was on, of course, they had to put frickin' Nadine on the limited edition cover. So I had to figure out that that one was available in Barnes & Nobles, and then I got the cover in the end. But I wanted my Nadine cover. You know, I wanted Nadine on a cover of something, because it's not like they're going to put Nadine everywhere. When you think of Twin Peaks, you don't think of Nadine immediately. But she's very precious to me. Nick says, I'm off. Sleep is important. 5 a.m. tomorrow morning to film. See you later. You are amazing, Dacob. Thank you so much, Nick. You are amazing. You are a true gem, an angel. And sleep well. Get your well-deserved rest. And have great success shooting tomorrow. And we shall see you soon. And I will check out my Instagram. It's just I haven't come to it yet. Melinda Cooper, oh, show the mystery. I love how you always have all your things around you. I know. I'm like Marlene Dietrich. It's famous that she, when she got older, she moved to Paris and she did not want to give any interviews anymore. So Marlene Dietrich became very secluded, and she did not like the world to see her falling apart, losing her beauty. But she was performing until a very old age, and she had really bad operations done to her legs. She had like leg liftings and stuff that was really painful back in the day. And anyway, at a certain point, she was so brittle that she literally secluded herself in her Paris apartment in a huge bedroom, the huge bed, and had all of these shelf structures surrounding her, where she would have everything at the reach of one arm, so she could just grab all the things surrounding her, which is what I have here of the Twin Peaks. I mean, I already showed you before, but I need you guys. We need to like meet up. We got to do a meet and greet sometime, and we got to play this game because I have nobody to play the game with. Nobody wants to play the Twin Peaks murder mystery game with me. Granted, it's the stupidest game ever made. Yes, it's like it doesn't have an ending really, and you keep running in circles. It's as if like David Lynch made this game. He didn't, but it feels like he made this game to make fun of us in a way, because like who plays the game cannot win or lose. It's just you keep running in circles. Anyway, any final thoughts, guys? Because we can also end it here. I mean, we've expressed our emotions. I think when it comes to Twin Peaks, first, second, and third season, it doesn't matter which in particular. I'm not the type of person who really thinks one should dissect every episode into what does this mean, what does that mean. It's more about emotions. It's more about the feelings it awakens in us. And I think that's what makes our community so strong, because we share that love, that authentic love and innocence that's awakened in us when we watch Twin Peaks. And that's what's so beautiful, and that's what moves me. And those are the moments of Twin Peaks I remember always the most, and I treasure and cherish the most. And that's what's worthwhile talking about. It's that innocence and beauty, despite all the pain and despite all the horror and despite how much hate human beings can generate and how much evil human beings can be to one another. Twin Peaks still sheds a light on hope, and sheds a big light on the fact that human beings do find the way to light and love. And that's the beautiful thing about Twin Peaks and about David Lynch, because he is an optimist at the end of the day. I mean, somebody who practices transcendental meditation so religiously cannot believe that evil will ever overcome good. There must be a balance of both. One doesn't exist without the other. But there must be a positive way of balancing both, so that nothing feels like it's too much. Melinda says, we need to meet. I want to play. When will you be in Seattle? Oh, that would be amazing. We have to, definitely. I love our Fashion Bunkers talks so much. Yes, Dacob, I agree about the love in Twin Peaks. Yeah, it is about the love. I mean, when we see Lucy and Andy, or just Lucy alone, because in some scenes Andy is not with her, she's lovable because she's all about love. And she makes that sheriff's station so much lighter because of her presence there, She makes law, or the law enforcement in that scenario, feel so much more lovable because she's love. So yes. All right. Well, guys, let's end it here on this note of love, because what do we always say? We never give up on love. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't already but wish to, please do subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram as Super Dacob, all spelled together. Also on Twitter as Super Dacob, all spelled together. And Snapchat. If you wish to see more videos on Twin Peaks, I will be definitely reviewing the upcoming episodes. I will be also making other topics Twin Peaks related for sure. So if you want to spend some time with me, let's see how this works out, if I'm capable of doing these live streams more often. So it'd be great to read your chats, you know, to do it all live together. It's always the most fun. Anyway, love you all very much. Thank you for tuning in. And I shall see you very soon somewhere, either in the purple or red room with a blue rose between our teeth. Love you guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye, Melinda Cooper, sweetie.